So, a very good evening, sir. How are you doing today?
Yes, good evening. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And how about you?
I'm pretty good, and yeah, day is going pretty well, I can say. I have done almost all of my tasks, and now I'm just about to wrap up the day with this session.
Yeah, I can understand, of course. So, and apart from this, how's the weather? Like, is it hot?
It's too hot. Around now, I think it's an evening, so it's pretty good. But in the day, it's very hard to just do our work.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, it's very difficult to do work in the afternoons, like 40, 45 degrees centigrade on 46, like here in my
Yeah.
city. So I'm not able, even though in the evening it's okay outside. If I would go outside, it's pretty normal. But if you sit inside the room, it's quite hot though. Like even though it's like too late now. So yeah, but we can bear it. So how you are
Yes.
managing, and are you able to work in the afternoons?
Of course, I have to do. Not really, I don't feel productive in the day because of this hot weather.
Mhm.
I feel like just taking rest and all. But yeah, throughout the day, we can't take rest. So I do what all I can manage.
Yeah, it is compulsion for you, so you do not have any choice, right? So
Yes.
okay. So thank you so much for joining me today, Priyanka ma'am. So as I'm just meeting or just inviting you on for my YouTube channel for the first time, so can you introduce yourself for my viewers? So it would be
Okay,
helpful for them to know you better.
for sure. And thank you so much. A pleasure always mine. So, as you know, my name is Priyanka Kushwa, and I'm currently studying in MBA first year, as well
Mhm.
as I'm running my YouTube channel, which is all about spoken English conversation. I connect with co-learners and good speaker like you. And I'm from Madhya Pradesh. I'm currently living in my hometown. And when it comes to uh, about my hobbies, so I like to read books, and dancing is one of my hobby.
Oh, one of your hobbies. That's great to hear. So apart from this, as you said, like you are pursuing a master's degree in like business administration. So after completing your degree, what's your next move? What would you like to do? Would you
Okay.
like to work in corporate or?
Of course, I would love to work in the corporate sector so that I can, get the fundamental of this corporate world and how it works. I will be doing job, and as well as I'm running my YouTube channel, so I will continue here as well. And there is one more
So are
plan
you
that I'm
pursuing your MBA in HR, like HR or what's that? Finance, HR or marketing? What's your niche?
HR and marketing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's so of course this YouTube would help you because HR is something where you have to be, but of course MBA is all about having good communication skills, every single stream, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, you were about to say something and Mhm.
Of course. And as you said that this is very important. I mean, this will going to help me in my career. And of course, I believe that this YouTube is something, which is making me very confident. And as I'm interacting with n number of people here. So yeah, my confidence and the way I speak, I'm brushing up every day my skills. So this is really wonderful for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great platform, and of course, we have a great opportunity after COVID-19 that we can interact with a lot of YouTubers. There are many people out there. So, this is a good thing for all of us who are trying to become a good professional, with the communication things. So, now I want to know about your education background, like about your studies. Were you the English medium student, and how you came into this spoken English, and why spoken English specifically?
Okay. So, well, I am not from the English medium background. My medium was Hindi. After
Mhm.
around 12th standard, I was just studying in Hindi medium. But yeah, I realized as my specialization, you can say my field is commerce. So in commerce field, if you really want to do something, you should know this language. And one of my teacher also said that you have to learn this language, otherwise, you will not be able to do anything in future properly. So of course, after completion of class 12th, I started learning English. I used to listen a lot of speeches, conversation, even still I do, and reading, writing. And that's how I started approaching people for conversation. Earlier, I was like very much nervous of how to approach people, random people, and have conversation with them. But gradually, I realized the importance of speaking with stranger, because here you will interact with different mind, different field people, and you will boost your confidence plus your language as well. So that's how. And by doing this, I realized that lots of people are having the YouTube channel, right? And they're interacting and they are just building their confidence. So why not I? And that's how I started my YouTube channel, and now I'm continue with it, and it's going pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lifelong learning process, and we are not the native speaker of this language. So always we have to be connected with this language if we want to be better at it. So when did you pass your 12th? Like in 2019 or 20? Like which
2020.
2020? Then
Yeah.
it was COVID-19. So that after that you became the student of bachelor's degree. So were
Yeah.
you able to do your bachelor's in a good manner, or just it was interrupted due to COVID-19?
Of course, it was interrupted. I mean, 1.5 year, we were just attending online classes, Zoom classes. And yeah, not really. But after, yeah, I think 1.5 year of my graduation was pretty well. I used to go college on a daily basis, and I used to have fun, classes and everything. But yeah, it was interrupted
Yeah, so
because
it means in the beginning of your degree, like you got the interruption by the COVID in 2020 and like almost 2021, right? Half of the 2020 and full 2021. So yeah,
exactly.
but unfortunately for me, like I had like 2.5 years from home. Only I was able to give my single semester. I was a BHU student, but I was there for only one semester, and 5 semesters I gave online. So then only I thought of working on my communication skills. So what about like you, when you were at school, did you have this thought process to work on your communication skills, or you got this after 12th when you became a student of your graduation degree?
Well, before that also, I have a keen interest to to participate in all extracurriculum activities, what all I can, except studies, because I was not good in studies earlier. I was like, I used to participate in competition, sports and dance and all, not in studies. I mean, when there is examination, I feel that, oh, why there is exam, why this pressure all again, I have to study and all. But yeah, after completion
It
of
means
class,
you were not studious and you were not very much into studies. Of course, you were managing all those things together. So, what was your favorite subject as you were a commerce student? So, can I know that?
business studies.
Okay, I can understand. Of course, business is the subject you can make notes, and within few days you can get good marks.
Yeah.
But when it comes to accountancy, oh my God, like you have to work day in day out, like whole year. I worked really hard, like whole year, but I got like lowest mark in accountancy. It is
Okay.
my favorite subject. It was my favorite subject, but I got really good marks in like economics. I was not expecting that, but I got the lowest mark in like an accountancy, but I was expecting a lot from it. So,
You know,
because it's a very difficult subject, I would say.
of course, accountancy takes a lot of time, and as you're also from the commerce field, so you can understand the importance of accountancy. Well, when it comes to 12th, 11th or 12th standard, uh, I used to attend classes, but in classes, I was not like focusing on what they are
You were
teaching.
not attentive.
Yeah, exactly. I was not attentive that much. But when it comes to, because in front of my classmate, I was like very naughty, or you can say always just chill, no pressure for studies. But when I am at home, I used to complete all chapters through YouTube videos and all. And in class, I was just okay. But in examination, I used to perform really well. So some of my teachers, and they were like, she don't study in class, and she's not attentive that much. But because of YouTube, and I think since 11th standard, I realized the importance of, this YouTube, and we can learn anything and we can master any skills. So yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing for you. But unfortunately, I was a student of Navodaya, so there was no option of studying from phone and everything. Phone was not allowed there. But
Okay.
fortunately, I had one of the greatest teachers of my region. He used to teach account, and that's why we felt accounting was a really nice and easy subject, because the way he used to teach us, it was really amazing. So that's how I became a good student of accounting. But I was expecting a lot from it. And I would tell you the fact, I was very good in the chapter admission and the share. Okay, but
Okay.
unfortunately, the exam, the biggest regret I had, that I was not able to touch all those two questions. Oh my goodness, I was
Why?
very unhappy for that. Yeah, because lack of time. What happened with me, my
Yes.
sir told me that if the examination, if there is a six marks question, you have to give 12 minutes to it. But what I did, there was a one question with the first chapter, and but I was not able to solve that, but I wanted to get 95 marks, but it was 6 marks. So I thought, if I would not complete this question, I would get 94 or maybe 93, so I wouldn't be happy with that. And unfortunately, due to that question only, I messed up with my whole accounts exams, and I was not able to complete. I was a good student. I was expecting 90 plus, but I scored under 80. So it was really worst experience, I would say. Nightmare kind of thing. Sometimes, even though at night I get that dream that I would get
Oh
more in
God.
accounting. So
Oh God.
yeah, because I worked really hard, whole year. I used to solve a lot of from the one single chapter admission. I filled a one single register for the admission, one for the share. I had registers for every single chapters actually. So I worked really hard for all those chapters, but I was not able to work in them. And unfortunately, then I pursued my BCom honors accounting, and then I became into this master's in English literature. I shifted. So because I felt after, later that I wouldn't be enjoying that field, like becoming a CA is a really long process, I would say,
Yes.
and the financial crisis and things with my family. That's why I left that thing and I came into this field. And now I'm enjoying it because talking to the people is always fascinating, meeting to new minds. Yeah. So that's how my journey was. But yeah, whenever I remember that exam, and I scored very well in Hindi. I was a good language student. I scored 99 out of 100 in Hindi.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I,
Great.
yeah, I was unhappy with that also. I wanted to get 100 out of 100. So I thought, why 99? Yeah.
Of course. And the thing is that, as a human, I mean, we have a tendency to, like, especially when it comes to exam, if you're working really hard for it, we expect too much. And it
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
One thing
it
I,
happens too much with the girls, I would say.
yeah,
Girls always, even though if they get 100 also, they would cry that why not very good with 100. So yeah, I have seen few of my classmates, oh my goodness, they would get 39 out of 40, but they would say my exam was not so good, I wouldn't get a good marks. So such kind of talks, and I would think they would get only 25 or 30 out of 40, but when the exam result will come out, they will get maybe 39 out of 40.
oh,
So girls are really, I think I would say, crazy for getting marks a lot, too much. So
exactly. Even,
because they worked hard. Of course, I accept this, admit this as well, that they work really hard, because in society nowadays, of course, girls get a lot of chances to go for higher studies. But few years ago, even though in villages nowadays also they have to prove themselves, then only they can get chances. Otherwise, they are not going to invest a lot of money on girls. So they have to prove themselves. If they get 90%, 95%, then only parents consider their daughters to go forward, right?
yes, exactly. And if parents are supporting, they can go and they can achieve their goals, right? Because there should be a support and there should be someone who can tell us that, yeah, you can do it. Because self-belief is extremely important and essential, but there should be a support so that they can go
Mhm.
and achieve their dreams.
Exactly, because nobody is certain about the future. Nobody is just, can tell about the future. Maybe they are giving their 100%, maybe, but sometimes there are chances of failure. So there should be the parents, and they should be handling them. Otherwise, they get a lot of negative thoughts. With the boys also, everybody
Yeah.
needs to support, because if we are giving 120%, then also if we get failure, we are not able to handle ourselves. So we need somebody who can say no. You can go for one another, the try you can give, try to yourself. So that is very important for anything in our life. Otherwise we feel like broken,
So
and
who
it
is
happens
your,
with many people. Mhm.
yeah, okay. So who is your all-time, motivator or supporter, we can say?
The supporter, I think, as I said, the teacher I got in my 12th, he was wonderful teacher. He was always supportive and a great man I have ever seen. But unfortunately, he's no more. So, and apart from this, when it comes to my parents, family members are always supportive. They never asked me for the great results, I would say. They were always asking me just, do study, get good score. That's it. So they were not very much, I would say, skeptical about my studies and things. They think that I would be able to do something good because I was a good student since childhood. And friends also, my few of my best friends, they are always supporting me whatever I do. So that's what I would say. My parents, few of my teachers, and my friends. So I have few people who are always supportive, and that is very important to have in our life.
Exactly. I mean, if otherwise we feel monotonous if we are alone, doing everything, and there should be someone at least so that we can share our feelings. Okay, this is something I'm going through, and what all this. And sometimes believe,
Yeah.
it's very hard to believe. I know, like we know that we can do whatever we are aiming for, but still there is, words of someone, they just appreciate us. That means a lot.
And yeah, sometimes we get the failure, so we need a hand on just our shoulder, and we want to hug somebody, and we want to cry for a few moments, because when you work really hard and you get failure, you're not able to accept yourself in that manner. So you need somebody who can give you the sympathy and empathy. So it is very important. And I always had some of my friends, or my parents always. But as I was in hospital, sorry, I was in hostel, so I have seen few of my friends. They had the parents. They were always skeptical about their I think sons, that you wouldn't be studying. That's why they were not believing in their sons. Even though if they worked really hard, but they would say that it is your fault because you got. That's why you got the less marks. But with my parents, I told my parents that I was expecting good marks from accountancy, but unfortunately, it was a good, not a good exam. The next exam was Hindi. I still remember 6th March 2019, I had account exam. And on 9th March, I had Hindi 2019. So my parents said, don't worry, try to focus on other exams. And so you can cover, if you'll get good marks in other exams. So overall, you would get the good percentage. And of course, the in Hindi, I scored 99. So it boosted my, confidence, and I would say the percentage at all. So that was really good. And my sir also, my accounting teacher, he was expecting, and he was just, counting me over the 90, because as I was a good student in accounting. But when I told him that I was not able to do that much, which I was expecting from myself, he said, okay, completely fine. But he was not believing that how it is possible that you were not able to do that exam. I said, believe, sir, actually, I felt that fear of exam that day, because time was less. I was able to solve those questions, but unfortunately, due to lack of time, I was not able to do them. And accounting, such a subject which I worked really hard the whole year. So I was really unhappy for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, of course.
Yeah, I would say most of the times it happens. When even though it happens with the YouTube, when you work really hard for a one video, you would not get a lot of views. But when you make a video generally without putting a lot of effort, maybe you will get a lot of views. So
Yeah,
have you ever
exactly.
experienced this on YouTube?
It happens. It happens. When we
Yeah.
plan things properly and then we come up for a conversation, let's say anything.
When you will do a lot of research, put a good description, hashtags, tags, and everything, maybe you will get less than 1,000. So
Yes. Yeah, it happens. And sometimes,
yeah.
things are very spontaneous. I mean, we can't predict what will happen.
Yeah, and sometimes what happens, you're not ready, you would get call from somebody and you would do the session, and maybe that would perform really well. That you would not really expect a lot of views from it, and people would like it. So that's how the life is. That you have to put the efforts consistently. After that, it you do not know what kind of which thing is going to work for you.
Yes,
So
and
now coming to another question, actually, sorry, go on.
yeah, to be very honest, I didn't understand how this algorithm works of YouTube.
Nobody knows that. Only only you have to be consistent and try to create unique content and try to become different from others. That's only the thing. Otherwise you do not know like what people like and what you like. Actually,
Yeah,
that's totally
sometimes,
different, even though
sometimes,
Mhm.
yeah, I research like how we can, of course, because we really work hard, coming in front of a conversation. Like, let's say if we're having conversation, so we prepare and we come up with lot of uncomfortable nervousness. There is a lot phase of it, and we just come out of that and we speak. But sometimes I realize that, okay, how this algorithm works, but to be very honest, I didn't get it, and nobody get it exactly as you said.
Yeah, nobody knows it. Only you have to work on yourself, put your efforts, and try to prove yourself as a unique person there, and try to put different content. That's only the thing. After that, it depends on the people, like what they are going to like it. You do not know that what they will like it.
Exactly.
So that is the thing. So yeah. So coming to the next question related to YouTube. So when as you started your spoken English journey, then when did you come with the idea of starting your YouTube channel?
Well, to be very honest, when I purchased when my father gifted me my first phone, that day onwards, I have created my channel, but I was not sure like what I'm going to create on this channel. I know that, yeah, we can do something on YouTube, we can create. Earlier, I used to think that, okay, I'll create, vlogging kind of thing. But I was in that time, I was learning English. I was not able to speak properly, but I was learning. So I have uploaded around 50 video on my first channel, but due to, I was not consistent. And I'm not sure that what I'm going to do here. And when I shared with my parents, so they were like, just learn, at least as you just entered in your college, so you should focus on your studies. So I was like, nobody is there to just guide me. You can also you can continue here. You can, build something. So I deleted that channel. But again, there is a curiosity in my mind. So I again created my channel, and this is my channel where I'm working on. So yeah.
Yeah, I think because I had a session with you for your first channel as well, as far as I remember. So one day I was checking that and that video was not there. So then, of course, this is your new channel, right? So I had two sessions with you, right, for your YouTube channel. The first
Yeah.
session I did long ago, but
Yeah.
that was not there. It means that was for the first channel of yours, right?
Yeah.
So then, second channel, when did you start this second one?
8th of June 2022.
2022. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then also it's been almost more than a year, about to complete
Yeah.
2 years, I think.
About to complete 2 years. Yeah. But not regularly. I'm having conversation or uploading conversation. But yeah, I'm trying to be on consistent on this channel. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Of course, nobody can be consistent 365 days. Of course, people can be, I would say, who have a team actually. Nowadays, there are many YouTubers who have a big team and they are able to do that. But for me also, in the May only, I was able to upload 5 videos, I think. In April 6. In March, I uploaded like 31 videos. But I uploaded 31, but the result was pretty bad. So that's how the YouTube is. Like now in the May, I uploaded only 4 videos, but the result is quite marvelous and good. So that is the thing with the YouTube. You do not know like what can happen. So yeah,
Okay.
be consistent and keep working.
What about
Yeah,
solo
go
video?
on.
Earlier, when we had a second conversation, that time you said that you really, want to create solo content. So how about that?
But yeah, exactly. I said like that is the postponing thing, and I'm not very good in like facing camera, to be honest. And
Yeah.
always I just give excuses to myself that I do not have a good background for like 9:6 that YouTube size video, solo video, because in conversation you need a vertical background, right? For that you need a horizontal background. So I give always excuses to myself for those videos, but still planning and thinking. I had like two videos related to my journey, but again like there was a break and I was not able to do it. But now again I'm thinking about it. But after a certain point of time, what happens with the YouTubers, you think like what kind of content you are going to create. Maybe today you have a thought, but after 4 days again you would think like what kind of content. As I had a break, I was back to my hometown due to my exams. So only 1 or 2 days ago I came back on Sunday. So now again I'm trying to come back on track, and it takes time. So when I'll be in the rhythm, then I'll think about it. So now I'm trying to fill the gap which I had on my YouTube. So again the consist, and always we try. It's very difficult to come out from the comfort zone. So the doing conversational videos is my comfort zone now. And when it comes to solo videos, it's really difficult what to talk and how to you have to write a script, and facing camera is really difficult. Here it's like completely normal looking at a person and talking. So, but there you have to look at camera and talk. So, yeah, but I'm still planning, I would say. So, but I will do it because if you want to be consistent on YouTube, at least it is very important to have the variety of videos.
Exactly.
So, okay, thank you so much. If you have any question at last, you can ask me. Otherwise, it was really nice. I enjoyed the conversation. We talked about like commerce things. So it was fantastic. So do you have any question for me at last?
Well, no questions. Almost what all question I have asked already. So it was really wonderful conversation with you, sir. Have a wonderful journey ahead.
Yeah, same to you. And thank you so much for joining me today. And all the best, and keep practicing and be consistent, I would say, on YouTube. So do not worry about the results. Try to be consistent and put your efforts, because it happens with the YouTube. Maybe after 6 months, your one video will go out viral. Again, you have to wait for 6 months. It happens it takes very long. After 2 or 3 months, again, there will be like up and down always there on YouTube. Sometimes you work really hard but you do not get results. So but do not be demotivated. Be motivated and try to focus on your work. That at least if you're not getting views and you're not getting subscribers, but you are getting better as a person, right? If you will go in a corporate world also, so it is always helpful for you, right? No harm in that.
No harm. Exactly. I mean, every day I'm improving. And as we interact with different people, so we get to know a lot about them, especially their field, what struggles and how much, they're putting efforts to achieve something. So that's what make us going, just continue with that. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure. So keep doing it. So thank you so much. Many thanks to you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.